Hello everybody, and welcome to the Friday afternoon stream here on Twitch. So we have a controller in my hand. Yeah, I thought I'd give this a try again. I've done a lot of messing about over the last couple of days. That's why I didn't stream yesterday. Yeah, the Games Pass that I have on the Xbox One, I was using it. I created another faction on the another character on the PC so I could use it, but it didn't work and the streaming was all out. So what I've done is I cancelled the Games Pass on that and used one of my other ones with the same email address that I use on the PC on my normal PC screen. So hopefully that will be, well, I know it works, I've tried it. So we should be using the same streaming settings that I normally do, so hopefully we shouldn't get any frame drop like we got at the end of the last episode when we first started this. I have tried to catch us up, but we are slightly behind, so I do need to catch up a little bit. Where are we? Right, I've done that. Right, we need to go to the cannery, I think, if we get that over and done with as quick as we can. Then we're basically up to, I think, where we finished last episode. It's just this we haven't done. Okay.
Grease monkey, Argo? Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Are you Reed? I was told to talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
Uniform? What are you talking about?
Shirt, pants, work boots, company-approved colors. The, honorable apparel of a loyal worker?
Let's skip the small talk, gosh, if we need a power regulator. Yeah, I think you got the wrong idea about me. And which way shall we go? Let's go on.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Frying myself?
Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when we buried him. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
I don't think that these people will take kindly to losing the power.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
The fan on my PC seems to be making a lot of noise today. What's going on? I wonder if you can hear that. Why?
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
Okay, how can I help?
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Okay.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Okay.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, we read that last time. We won't need to go through that, I don't think. We know that everything here is steely, so we will go downstairs.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Let's talk. Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
This is about the deserters, so what's the other side of it?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
Did you know this Adelaide, who you'd mentioned?
Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place.
You can't leave it though. Why we're reading Adelaide arguing?
Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if you can get out to her.
How well did you know the deserters? You worked with them? You were friends or what?
I don't know anybody well. I mostly listened to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident.
I'm sure the deserters are very fine people. So what?
Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of Marauders, or worse. It don't seem right to me, mister. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Okay, where will I find him?
The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it, on account of it being the only clean thing.
Okay. We do need to speak to somebody in here though, don't we? Are we here? Small grey matter? See if you remember something about being upstairs. Yeah, there we go.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
I'm guessing you're the foreman.
Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes, or right away, or thank you.
Ooh, gravesite fees. I'm here to collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
These papers aren't signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
You have to pay for your neighbour's gravesite fees?
If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
You said this guy shot himself.
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
That's an awful thing to say.
Not half as awful as the bill Eugene left us with. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
What are they going to do, arrest his corpse?
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Would have? You didn't?
Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Okay. Let you go back to work then. I'm not sure if we can steal anything. Well, get anything from in here. Is it stealing? Yeah, I'm not stealing anything, I don't think. No. Anything on there? Messages. Welcome, Phyllis Granger. Password required. Hack, fight, bypass. Ooh. Password, Tenderfoot. Okay. God, I don't like leaving that behind, but it's stealing. You. We'll take that though. I think we'll get out this way. Little check around. Oh, hello. Sneaky. Right, we need to go to the Vicar's. Cantina. We'll call out the sheriff as well.
Wish we had some better.
Isn't the sheriff or something like that?
Been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
If you need help with Marauder problem, I'm for hire.
As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 Marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per Marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Okay. I'll do. We got the quest.
Wish we had some better rations. At least you got your health.
Resident. Nobody special then.
This is where the magic happens. Hey, that's... I mean, if you need it. Okay.
Yes, I knew you wouldn't mind. Hang on before we do that. She wearing 7. Give her that. It'll help a little bit. There. Can't repair that for some reason. Or that. Modify. Not got anything? Okay. Can we tinker? No. We can't. Right. The constable.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back.
Other end.
Another day at the
General
cannery.
store.
Don't go knocking your work.
I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine incident.
Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident.
What incident?
Ask her if you care. I'm running a business here.
I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Murrow. I promise.
Let me see what you're selling.
Music to my ears.
Sell. Oh, sell junk. There we go. We only have 38 bits. Great. That's not going to get us very far at all, is it? Barber shop. Did we do that on this? I can't remember. No.
Had your rations yet?
I'll talk to you in a second. I'll get this first. There we go.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Relax, I'm clean.
So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Okay, Silas sent me to collect your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
I have to be, if only to prepare myself for my inevitable dressing down at the hands of corporate. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
I was just giving an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
What about Eugene's gold teeth? Which is why I went and got that little
You know
book in
about
the other room.
Eugene? How?
I found a note from Phyllis.
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
They were probably worth a few bits.
More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees.
Are you sure about this?
I'm sure that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
I told Eugene killed himself. What happened?
Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life.
That's horrible.
It's a miracle of bureaucracy. If Eugene's death were filed as a suicide, we'd all pay the price for his crime. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Wait me a sec. I need to check on something. There we go. Right, sorry about that. Okay, that's that one done. Small grave matter, we're still on that. Okay.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Transition. Okay, I'm dropping frames again. Alright, that's the wrong entrance. We need to go around the other side. While we're going, we'll check for any loots on the way. Sleep, little critters. Well, there we go. Movement. Hey, CIA. Hi, how are you? Oh, hi, Chris. How are you? How's things? Good, good. Yeah, I'm giving this a go. It seems like a kind of thing I play, so we'll give it a whirl. Nothing in toilets. I'm glad that somebody I know is there, though. Can you tell me, Chris, how is it looking on the stream? Is it coming through all right? Good, good. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses.
And can you hear the fan on my
Let me see your rifling
PC? Because it seems to be very loud today. No, not a moonhead, no. Oh, right, okay. I think I need to find a new place for it then. I need to reorganise this room, I think. I'm in a new house now, Chris, by the way. I've moved house. I moved house about 8 weeks ago. So this is a new room and everything. That's why I was asking about the stream and everything. What are you babbling about? You seen Silas sent me. You owe him gravesite fees.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
Are you okay? You seem confused.
I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Yeah, you gotta watch those mechanicals.
That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence.
The cake is a lie.
I've seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging
is that
out
like the spoon is not a spoon?
Where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
If your resistance needs another gun, I am for hire.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saltuna cans, mostly, some Spacer's Chaw, few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid.
Okay.
Enlistment fees? Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the resistance a bad name. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
Just curious about something. There we go. The fan should have stopped. Yes, it has.
Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Doing your own game, Chris? Oh yeah, what are you doing? Okay. This is all stealing, so we won't do that. Let's go on with this mechanical. A turn-based RPG, excellent, mate. I hope it's very good. You know that's my favourite genre. Are you going to be able to get it published, Chris?
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
I could probably fix that. I mean, if you wanted me to.
Hang on a second, I'm not sure.
Take your time. You need help, just give a yell. Metaphorical yell. If you yell for reals, you're liable to spook them.
Yeah, go ahead and fix him, Parvati.
Yep, I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and wait for the click. There we go. Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards, anyhow. His name's Jeremy, by the by.
Oh, nice.
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics.
If I'm still around, Chris, I would like to give that a try. Whoa, don't you owe me something for repairs?
I don't reckon Jeremy understands the concept of trade.
Spacer's Choice reminds all colonists that serving the Spacer's Choice family is the highest possible reward. I have been programmed to deliver this pre-approved message.
Okay.
Be more careful out there, Jeremy.
Level 3. No, I don't want to shoot him. No. Shall tell you why I don't want to shoot him. I have played a bit of this on the Xbox One. And later in the game, in a certain area, if you don't kill him now, he turns up and kills all the robots for you. So I'm not going to kill him. He is a good mechanical. Alright, okay, Chris. Well, enjoy your day, mate. And good luck with it. I'll see you soon, mate. Have fun yourself. I need to go back and turn this in. Oh, we leveled, didn't we? Oh, here we go. I'm focusing on these three. Dialogue, stealth, or 4, tech, and leadership. I need to bump that up. And that. Do we have a perk? Yes, we do. Oh no, we don't. We don't have a perk. It does look really good, this game. Whoa, hello.
Incoming! You got him!
Pathology. Log to array mating habits. Okay. there's some there. Okay. Don't get distracted, Nick. You need to go back and do this. Hello. Whoop.
Bring us honor, soldier.
No, you don't have to worry about that scout anymore.
You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold, mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years.
You hid a secret weapon in a lavatory?
Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter.
Okay, I'll let you know
On
when
the
I find
double,
it.
soldier. Don't want the...
Right, back in again.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
I've got some time.
What do you do here?
Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
Okay.
Friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still
It's the
ain't
cannery. It's gonna be this cantina.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
Well, you don't say anything
Read the latest report.
of any use, so I won't be talking to you.
Another 0G.
Return to Ludwig, can we? Fast travel? Yes, we can. Let's do that. That's better.
Bring us honor, soldier.
Found that package you
Keep
mentioned?
your eye, soldier. This here is a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig.
Sounds like fun.
Fun. This ain't some quarterly performance review, soldier. Ours is a grave and sacred duty. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I've already got a passcode from Reed.
I've been after a passcode for years. Boss said no on account of my gross incompetence with all matters related to security. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module.
What are you planning?
Don't tell anyone, all right? I've got a contact. a real expert in the inner workings of the automaton. We are gonna rip those mechanical secrets right out of their circuits.
Perception. Edgewater in the middle of nowhere, you don't have a contact.
Well, excuse me. What I meant was I'm going to get a contact. I didn't know I had to be all prissy about my grammar around you.
I'm supposed to get one of these logic modules.
There's the rub. If a mechanical breaks down, the logic module fries, so you can't rip one out of its corpse. You're gonna have to find an intact model somehow.
Parvati, is a logic module something you could help with?
I don't reckon so. I work with gears and pistons and such. Stuff you can put hands to. Computers and mechanical brains are outside my ken.
You know, she names the mechanicals she fixes. Calls them Bess and Clancy and so on. Keep a careful eye on her. Could be a sympathizer.
Okay.
If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of 0G to your memory.
Let's leave. You push me out of the way, why don't you? So tempted to steal the stuff. I don't know what the consequences are. Right, now what do we wish to upgrade? Shall we upgrade the assault rifle? Shall we upgrade the pistol? Oh, that's better DPS. Why's that one better? Let's install that. On that one. Of course, I've just installed it on Parvati's, haven't I? Yeah. Of course I did. Right, let's do that. We'll switch that one over. There we go. We've got enough stuff to repair. No. It's so tempting. Right. Did we speak to the priest? I don't think we did we? We need Abernathy as well. Right, we're going back in. Oh, why are we doing that? Just do that. Well, it appears those skip frames have stopped again. Now, we dropped 2 apparently 22 minutes ago. That seems to have eased off now. What's this one?
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me.
Why not?
Because I'm sick. You don't want to associate with people in the sick house. We're not worth your time. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk.
I don't mind.
I don't know which company you work for, but if it's Spacer's choice, boss can still write you up for fraternizing with an incompetent worker. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got.
I've got some training. I could take a look at you.
Don't. Please. I could get into a lot of trouble.
You also need help.
That's kind of you to say, I suppose. But I don't need help. What I need is to understand my own folly. Company always tells us, weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work.
This company's a really bad. That's ridiculous. You can't blame yourself if you fell sick.
I really wish you wouldn't say those sorts of things. I told you once already. People could be listening.
Don't care.
I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell.
Okay. I'll leave you. Who are you? Sick resident. By stealing even in the sick place. Sick resident? Oh dear, dead resident by the look of it. Taking off the dead bodies, not the live ones.
Company ammo! Take him down!
Another sick resident? Oh, hello. What's up with you? Oh. Okay. You want to kill the sprats? My guard really doesn't like the sprats.
Heard something outside the walls today.
What's this one? General store.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
I'm not holding out hope.
Time to collect a fine bounty!
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never... Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
You want to tell me what got you so nervous?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
So you're Martin Abernathy?
What? No. I mean, I might be. That depends on who's asking.
Not looking for trouble? Is he to collect your graveside fees?
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
Knows what?
I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies.
Don't say that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple decades in you.
I'd steer clear, Ms. Holcomb. My affliction's bound to be contagious. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
I'm sure it's already tragic and heartbreaking. Pay me so I can get out of here. No, I better not do that. You're being paranoid.
I am? Law, help me. Paranoia is one of the plague's known symptoms. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
How can I help?
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Okay.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
Oh, dear. Anything I should know about this community center?
Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives.
You're taking an awful risk trusting me, you know.
I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
Okay. Okay, all stealing in there.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Who said that? You.
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
He's got symptoms of something. You're saying it's psychosomatic?
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
Haven't we all? Haven't we all? What do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Persuade.
All right. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
I get it. You need someone to smuggle your medicine under the table.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
Agreed. Okay.
That's all I can ask of you.
Yes. Yeah, we'll help you out. Not helping the hypo in there. Oh. Do we still need to speak to the priest? I can't remember. Did we speak to him? I don't think we did. I don't think we did.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
Nothing I can do about that.
It's closed. Not that way.
Heard something outside
There
the
it is.
Something got you down?
Nothing, just don't want to fall sick.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
Oh. Parvati wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut off the power in Adelaide's to Adelaide's deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the Marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
What do you think of Adelaide's group, Vicar?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
Ooh, we don't have intelligence. So what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Is that even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
And why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by Marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Handsome sum, you say? Tell me more.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious?
No, I'm serious. I love your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Okay. Right, now we can go out of town. If you give companions a focus fire target, it'll keep it out of town until it's down. Okay, oh, wrong side. Don't worry, I get those. Yeah. Not to worry, we'll run around. Did I check out over there? A quick wander around here, make sure we haven't missed anything. It might be stealing if we find something, but maybe not. What are you? Breadworm blood. Well, that doesn't bite me in the ass for some reason. Killing those? Seems strange. Ah, there we go. To have a way up there and just to kill those. Oh, hello. Damn it, D4. Sneaky. You want to run off the edge then? There's some loot over there, we're going to have a look at that. I think. Seems very quiet around here. Too quiet. There's something.
Down they go! Nice hit! Don't mess with us!
Okay. Oh, okay, we're at the graveyard. I need to go there anyway.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit? Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss.
What are you talking about, Silas?
Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house.
I'm sorry, Parvati.
Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
Yeah, we have your stuff. Yeah, there you go.
You run into any trouble?
No. No, hold on. They put fees and signatures.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
Persuade, I went out of my way for you.
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
I was hoping something more tangible.
Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Abernathy was trying to hide his own illness.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
He was convinced you knew.
What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A, for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Okay. Don't think we need anything else. Reputation with the faction has changed, okay. Right, where do we need to go next? Side quest. Companion quest, yes. Because I want him. Small community directly north of Edgewater. Whoa! When did you become nasty little piece of...
We made it!
not expecting them to attack. Caught me by surprise. Hacked. Unlock second story balcony door. Okay. Messages. Take those. Model spaceship. Check out this area. Oh, hello.
Okay, here we go! I'm not getting through! Try something else! Nice one!
Light machine gun. Are you still struggling? Need to start learning to keep an eye on my health. You may have ammo there. Shock cannon. $134 damage. Thinking maybe Parvati could use that. There we go. Don't like that shotgun, so let's put that on instead. Quick survey of the area down here, I think. Wow. That's a bit hot, that.
Got it. Heads down.
Yes, be quiet. Yeah, well done, Parvati. There we go. Weapon parts. Whoa. Looks like the game just crashed. Oops. Oh wow, I hope I saved it. Alright guys, I'll try and sort that out. Olgrey signing off.